listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican
the game group, they were good all game, pretty much. They fought, they competed, played hard, played together. All the concepts that we talk about and we go over on the floor.
Let me guess, you're proud, right?
To the game. And, we have to learn as a young group, and really even with our first unit, to do it and have a sense of urgency from the start of the game. And there was too many moments in there where, our sense of urgency wasn't high.
Alfred, another double-digit assist game. It seems like he has some of the quietest 10, 12. I think he did 14. I think it was last week. Just what do you see out there when he's kind of on the floor, kind of directing things?
Yeah, he's a true facilitator. He is looking for guys. They understand that the ball is going to hit him on time, on target. He's pushing the pace, shooting around him. And when you have a player like Alfred who understands, how to make the offense work, guys are getting easy shots, and it's their job to be ready and knock them down.
We've talked about Tone as a shooter, but a little bit more last game. In this game, he's the floater's there. He's starting more of a scorer. He had the reverse. Is that kind of the next step for him in his development?
Yeah, it is. It's the next step for him, and he's taken some major steps this season for us. He's another one of our young guys that puts a ton of time in with the coaching staff. He's watching film. He wants it. He wants to get better. And it's refreshing to see these guys step on the floor and execute against really good competition.
And then Jamal has, I guess it's a very weird two-way season. Like he's on this contract. He's maybe going to spend some time in Birmingham, but because of all the injuries, never really goes down and has kind of, fought a lot through practice and try to see it. What is it like for you, especially to see him, be able to kind of make these strides here at the end of the season?
I'm super proud of him. I'm super proud of him. He, number one, he is such a
man. Being proud of nobody means shit. I'm proud of everyone.
Teammates love him. He's fun. He's funny.
Facts.
And then he works extremely hard. Just so to see him get the opportunity to get on the floor and compete, and kind of allow his game to flourish. That's exciting to see.
He showed up to practice. I'm proud of him.
Seems like both teams starting or playing younger guys, two-way guys. How beneficial are these minutes and these opportunities for guys that may be playing in the G League? What's the difference, or what benefit are they getting up here?
It's extremely beneficial for the young guys to be able to play quality minutes on an NBA floor and to understand what that competition looks like. Tonight was pretty unique because it was a end of game scenario where we had to execute on both ends of the floor, and they made a few more plays down the stretch. But moments like these, allowing young guys to get on the floor and play against high-level competition, make mistakes, and learn from their mistakes while they're playing, it's huge for their confidence and for their growth moving forward.
When we talk about moving forward, are you able to kind of instill those messages even this late in the season, and like this is what you need to work with and going into next season? How do you find the young guys taking that message going into the summer?
For sure. I'm extremely blessed with a great group, starting with our staff, but our players as well. And to your point, they're all sponges. They're taking it in. We're still coaching them. We're watching film. We're showing up for shoot-arounds. We're getting after it. And I want them to understand that once you have a standard in a bar, you don't want to fall below that. You want to continue to add and build momentum for their careers as they move forward. God damn! All right, thank you.
This secret contract.
Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the street for all things Pelicans. Now tuned in to the Pelican post-game report. We up in this thing, man, repping the Pels. Fall to the Nets 119-114. Pels are now 21-58. Willie Green at the podium, as you heard. We talked about a lot of different things as usual. And
I don't know what he said. I wasn't listening to this shit.
All right. So DC wasn't listening. DC wasn't listening. But I hope you guys were listening, or not rather hope. I know you guys
I
are
was
listening.
waiting for Perry Mason to bring the that suitcase up there, in the Perry Mason with that contract in it. I really need to read that shit after seeing Mike Malone get fired today. I need to see what's in that contract, What's going on, bro?
Dude, if anything, this makes it extremely difficult for the Pelicans.
Mike Malone and Taylor Jenkins out there?
I know both winningest coaches of their franchises got canned before the season ended. I've never seen anything like this where two coaches headed into playoff runs get canned before the season ended.
They also getting rid of their GM.
I know, I seen that too, bro. Crazy work.
Crazy work.
That is completely psychotic.
I don't know, bro.
How in the hell are we still stuck with Willie Green and David Green? These people, they won a championship. They got fired. Man, we can't get out the plan.
Lord. Yeah, I can't make heads or tails of it, DC.
Oh, shit.
You found the answer. DC starts smiling.
They gonna love this. Look at that.
Oh man, they're like, "Are you kidding me?" Look how their faces lay. Like, "Are you serious?"
And cute. They didn't even look at it yet. They just saw like what it said like on the top of the folder. That was enough for them to be, oh shit, 5 years. They didn't even start reading the details. They just saw 5 years.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. DC, Taylor Jenkins, Coach Malone, championship coach, just 2 years.
Somebody else getting fired too. It ain't gonna stop there. It's gonna be another name.
Mike Brown
gonna shock us,
early
man.
in the year.
Mike Brown. It's gonna be somebody else, man. They let Malone go. Like I ain't been tuned into Denver like that, but I know enough to know Denver. Then they damn near got 50 wins on the season. Bro, how you damn near win 50 games and get fired before the playoffs even start?
Yes, Knoxville said Don said the fix is in.
Yeah. For
Jamal.
the Lakers, Don, who the fix in for?
Man,
who they moving out the way for the Lakers and LeBron?
Crazy work. Shout out to y'all, man. Pelicans, Nola, Big Smoke Dog, Knoxville, and Young City 9. Brother Wallace, shout out to you, man, as well. Marlon Mall, Brother Don, much more love to all you guys. All says DC, the Nuggets got standards. The Pels sleep with Everything.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
He said the Pels sleep with anything. God damn, bro.
The Pelicans are a slutty girl, is what basically what Marley Marl is
A
saying.
coach is a coach.
Yeah. All right, let's drop right into it. DC, right in time for the stat read brought to you by Trendon Watford, who had 22 points on the Pelicans tonight. He is the sponsor for the Pelicans stat read.
Yeah,
So
he didn't deserve my over the top introduction, bro.
Exactly, it didn't, brother.
Yeah, we don't even know who he is really.
So Watford's not bad, bro. He's a good bench guy. Anyway, Pelicans finished 39 of 82 from the field for 47.6%. They shot 12 of 33 from downtown for 36.4 and were 24 of 31 from the free throw line, 77.4 on the percentage. The Nets were 41 of 83 for 49.4. They were 17 of 40, almost 43%, 20 of 24 from the foul line for 83.3. Pelicans did out rebound the Nets 42-40. The Nets outsisted the Pelicans 30-26, outstole them 11-10. Pels did win the block battle 6-4. Turnovers, Pelicans had 17 with 20 points given up versus 16 by the Nets with 14 points given up. Fast break game won by the Nets 21-19. Pels did win the points in the paint 52-48, but hardly anything else. Individually, for the Pelicans tonight in this matchup, the top guys we alluded to were two guys, but Antonio Reeves, in 30 minutes, he scored 17 points and shot 4 of 10 from downtown, 17 off the bench from Karlo Mekovic in 26 minutes, 17 points, 4 boards for him. He had 2 blocks to go along with it, 16 from Jose Alvarado in 23 minutes. We'll go along with 4 assists and 2 steals. And then outside of that, 14 from Keon Brooks. In 23 minutes, he was 5 for 5 from the foul line, 1 of 2 from downtown, 14 points, 5 boards for him, 15 points for Jamal Cain. Much better outing by him. He was plus 10, 15 points on 7 of 8 shooting, 1 for 1 from downtown, 3 rebounds and 2 steals for Cain. Probably his best performance of the year to go along with that. And of course, we had some hustling going on. It just wasn't enough for some of our bench guys. The overall team effort, that is 8 plus 18 from Karlo, plus 10 from Jamal Cain, plus 14 from Alfred Payton, who finished with 3 points and 10 assists to go along with 6 rebounds in 23 minutes. Continues to be a steady facilitator. 9 from Bruce Brown in 20 minutes to go along with 3 boards. 9 from Yves Misi with 5 boards in 19 minutes of action. Kelly Olynyk had 8 points and 3 assists and 1 rebound in the measly 22 minutes of action in the Pelicans. 119 and 114. Pelicans 21 and 58 on the season. DC, we have 3 games remaining. Like I said, a top guy was Trendon Watford with 22 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds for the Brooklyn Nets. They get their 26th win of the season. I did pick the Pelicans to win this game. Obviously, Brooklyn Nets wanted it a little bit more, but it's okay. It does help the Pelicans in the tankathon. So, DC, thoughts on tonight's matchup?
I ain't no thoughts. I was a little scared that we might lose because my man Antonio Reeves was he's trying to put that dag on him at the end of the game. Like what I saw from Karlo and Antonio Reeves, and that's kind of where it stops for me. It's all about looking at some of these young guys and what they capable of, but I ain't really had no thoughts on the actual game. Like, who cares? Keon Brooks looked like he might be a guy we can do something with as well. Still mad at him for messing up that easy Karlo alley. That could have been, I don't know what he was doing, what he was thinking. Let the dude steal a ball from him after Karlo got a steal, man, out there looking like a small forward right quick, But other than that, man, wasn't a whole lot to really take away from this. Alfred Payton got double-digit assists again. You heard him talk about that. I always like to see my man balling guy from the city. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. But other than that, Q, when's the next one? Let's get this over with, man.
Okay. All right. Well, the next one, man, is coming up on Thursday. The Pelicans have a matchup with the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks, of course, just took care of the Pelicans not too long ago, and now it's time for the final matchup of the season against this same team, but this time we're going to Milwaukee. So as the season wind down, there are 3 remaining games. The Bucks, the Heat, and the Thunder are all we have left for the NBA season. And this is the second of the matchups here. So DC, we know what the Bucks did last time. Giannis wasn't available to play in the game, but Brook Lopez and Gary Trent Jr. and a few of these other guys got to cooking on the Pelicans the last time. The matchup indicator has it squarely in favor of the Bucks, and they're not crazy. Almost 87% win percentage tonight. I mean, coming into this game, of course, everybody, the Pelicans is basically a G League team with a couple of veterans in Brown and Kelly Olynyk. So question is whether Giannis plays in this game. I'm not certain. I think we'll have to check on that to see if he plays in the game. I think Giannis is actually, yeah, he's back. And matter of fact, he did play. He's playing. I think he's playing right now. So they're in trouble. DC, what do you think, man?
They was in trouble without Giannis.
Oh Lord, you're absolutely right, man.
Say, Big Q. Let me hip you to something, bro. Go back to where you had the 2 teams up there.
Yes.
All right. Now, what you see in the Pelicans, under the Pelicans, what is it?
It is under the Pelicans? You're talking about the record?
It says the New Orleans Pelicans, and then under that, what is it?
It says 21-58.
All right, let's go on over to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, 44-34. Is it that simple?
Opening Shaq Case Johnson. It's over with, man. We ain't playing for nothing. These people 44-34, man. If we look at the standards in the East, I'm sure Milwaukee ain't the number 1 or number 2 seed, right? So I don't even know. I need to look at the damn standard, man. The Pelicans got me not even paying attention to everything else, bro. Just such a depressing season. What are the standards in the East?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. I'm just looking at it. Hold on, DC. I'll pull it up.
You sound like you're getting depressed thinking about it.
No, I'm just ready for the season to end, brother. It is a very
Milwaukee is sitting 5th in the East, Big Q.
Yes.
And let me hip you to something else. The Detroit Pistons have 43 wins, and they're sitting in the 6th spot.
Right.
And the Orlando Magic, they're 3 wins away from grabbing Detroit or Milwaukee. So
Bucks on a 4-game win streak too, DC. So they're trying.
At this point, man, like you gotta keep that spot. Detroit gonna be playing hungry, trying to keep their spot, and Orlando gonna be, trying to do something to jump up there. I think the Hawks are probably out of it at 37 wins, but they're gonna be in the play-in. So Milwaukee, they can't really shut them down. They need this last game. Maybe after this one, then let's say Detroit lose, then they probably could, wrap their season up, start resting their guys. But man, they gonna come get this easy dub against the Pels, man. Come on, man. They gonna get this easy dub against the Pels. The matchup indicator already told you what it is, and we just gotta wait for the results to come in. That we already know what they are.
Right. Well, it's a compelling, like we said. I had to look up Giannis to see if he's playing. He actually is playing, and they're having a game right now. So 4-game winning streak. You're right. The playoffs matter. The Pelicans aren't really playing for anything, and it is one of them situations, my brother, where it's time for the tankathon. So let's put those up on, and there it is right there. Current tankathon numbers: Utah 16-63 in top spot on a 9-game losing streak. Washington Wizards are 17-62, followed by Charlotte 19-60, and then the Pelicans are in place there at 4th with 21-58. They're currently on the 4-game slide. They're 3 out of 7 in terms of wins. So there you go, right there. Philly's 0-10 on the 12-game slide, hoping to catch the Pelicans. But I don't think the Pelicans beat any of these teams. Most certainly, they do not beat after the Bucks matchup. DC, I agree with you. They then turn around and face the Miami Heat, who is a play-in team as well as the 10th place team there. They're trying to keep in that thing as well. And then the final matchup against I want to say the league's best team from a record standpoint, the OKC Thunder. Best team in the league record-wise. The Thunder is the season finale for the pathetic Pelicans, but at the end of the day, at least they can do something right, which is perhaps keep losing so that they can secure a top 4 position in the 2025 NBA lottery.
Boy,
So
Charlotte holding strong. Q.
indeed, bro. Indeed. All right. Marley says, Q, do you have hope that Griff gets fired after this season? No, I do not have hope that
Say,
David
Marley,
gets fired.
what we told you about doing dope, dog? We cleared all the hopium off this show, man. We had too much of that floating around, the prior 2 seasons. We done got rid of all the hopium, bro. We don't sell it no more.
Yes.
You
I
know what I'm
don't.
saying? Like, I
You
don't
can only
have
get
any hope that that's gonna happen. You know
right.
what? You know why, Marley? Because if that were to happen, that would actually be an intelligent basketball move, which I've never seen the Pelicans do in a very long time so far.
Wow.
The smartest thing I've seen the Pelicans do over maybe the last 3 or 4 years was add a physical therapist. That was the smartest thing, man.
It paid some dividends too for a little bit. You had to keep doing it, though. You had to keep
the next smartest thing I seen the Pelicans do, which a lot of people gave them flag about, was put the minute restrictions on Zion, which actually, to me, limited him at them 28 minutes, no matter how much we teased it and all of that. It seemed to have pretty damn good results, if you ask me. So, other than that, when we look at basketball moves, as far as hirings and firings and free agents and signings and all of that, we might do all right in the draft sometimes, but everything else be atrocious, bro. So, nah, ain't no hope. That's right, Marley. When there's dope, there is hope.
Hope for what?
That is correct.
Hope for what?
But hope ain't nothing but an addiction, bro. Like, a hope don't accomplish anything. It could be all the hope going around in the world. I don't mean a goddamn thing gonna change.
Well, I think at this point, people realize exactly what the Pelicans are doing, DC. So I think that's probably the top thing they realize, that the Pelicans' only hope now is the hope in that regard is to land in the top 4 spot, and all they have to do is keep doing the same damn thing, and they'll make it, man. 3 games remaining. They more than likely, I don't pick them to win any of these games. I think every last one of these teams beat the Pelicans, and that'll be the gist of it. Okay, now DC, let's move on, bro. Let's go to this next article, man. This is one that about Coach Malone, man. I'm gonna play a little of this scam and shams if I can get him tuned up here. So here, what his report was on this whole thing. Here we go.
Moves that the Nuggets made this morning.
The Denver Nuggets have done a full clean out. They have parted ways with both Michael Malone as head coach and general manager. Josh Kroenke and Nuggets ownership informed Malone and Calvin Booth in a meeting today that both are being fired and let go. And this is stunning. We're just days away from the end of the regular season, days away from the start of the NBA playoffs. This is tied for the, really, for as far as a firing, this is tied for with Hubie Brown in 1980-81 season. For the deepest into a regular season we've seen a coach get fired. Michael Malone is the winningest coach in Denver Nuggets franchise history. He led that organization to a 2023 NBA championship. And the Nuggets, from my understanding, just believed that they needed a full culture reset. There's been something of a Cold War brewing between both Malone and Booth over the last couple of years. And Malone is really the established coach in place there. And now the fact that he is out, it is stunning across the NBA.
Well, there it is, DC. Shams is saying Nuggets fire coach, and this broke several hours ago. Coach Malone is out, as well as GM Kelvin Booth. They were having issues, and instead of taking one side or the other, the owner just put both of them in the street, which is very interesting because, like he made mention of, this Coach Malone is fantastic. I mean, the guy has his record. He had an NBA championship. His record is 471 and 327 as the coach there. Willie Green
actually pretty good in Sacramento too, right?
Right, he was very good. And
that's saying a lot.
He got screwed in Sacramento. That's the whole point too. A lot of people didn't like how he got fired in Sacramento. He's always been a solid basketball coach. You know, he got a lot of his respect in Denver, But you have two coaches, DC. You won't mention that's hot now. Top coaches out there that's available.
Probably going to Budenholzer back out there too.
Yeah, he's looked like he's headed for it too. That's crazy work, though.
I have
You want to
another
talk
one,
about
bro. I
what
told you
Phoenix?
there's gonna be another one, man. But
That's not official though. But there are rumblings, bro. That
they're gonna lose KD. Like Devin Booker might ask out. Like I mean, what?
They'll do for a reset anyway.
They're gonna tear everything down. Like
that was a last ditch effort to try to put something together in Phoenix to force a fit. But I mean, if you're gonna build with somebody, if you get all those guys out and trade them or whatever you're gonna do, you have some assets where you can kind of build a respectable team. Coach Bud could take that team and make them respectable in the desert. But anyway,
he can. But when he came on board, was that the vision? You know what I mean?
No, the vision was for him to solidify what they had and
right.
make a team to go to. But
if you're gonna get rid of Devin Booker, if they don't get rid of Devin Booker, you might be right. But if you get rid of Devin Booker, then
you gotta start again.
It's the lose. Like Bud gonna help me not lose.
Right, but this is the thing. Let's pivot away from him until that happens. We'll talk about it. But in terms of Mike Malone and what happened with him in Denver. And then Taylor Jenkins and Memphis. So all these coaches in my and as far as I'm concerned are upgrades over Willie Green. You got an established young NBA, well, not young, but a veteran NBA coach.
That's quantum leaps.
I got you. So you got Mike Malone. You had with an NBA championship just 2 years removed in Denver, out there waiting to be a coach of the team. You also have Taylor Jenkins is there as well. These are two coaches that one in the West. Where do we pivot in here? Does this put the pressure on the Pelicans to get Willie Green up out of here? That's the question.
Before we say something about the Pelicans, just a quick question, man, for you. Do you think Mike Malone getting fired maybe signals that Jokic wants out?
It's possible, DC. I mean,
when you think about that, I mean that would be a fireable offense.
Yeah, but there's nothing holding that up that Jokic wants out.
I mean, time will tell. But
right. So I mean, I don't know if it's the exact same energy as what we've seen with Taylor Jenkins in Memphis.
According to Taylor Jenkins get fired, now you got Ja trade rumors.
Right. So it's a player personnel situation with Taylor Jenkins versus a coach and a general manager that wasn't getting along to the point where it was causing friction throughout the organization. So it's two separate type of situations that leading to coaches to be canned as well as the general manager. But outside of that, doesn't this put pressure? Shouldn't it put pressure on the Pelicans to unhand and put Big Nose Willie Green in the street for a more favorable, respected resume coach? What do you think?
Hell yeah. Even the slow ass Pelicans have got to seize this opportunity. We could come to, with the worst coach out of everybody that's available. It's still going to be a quantum leap from what we got. You know what I'm saying? You looking at Bud, like we said, might be added to the list, and Billy Donovan that my man Marley just brought up. Those are two good coaches. To add in addition to Taylor Jenkins and Mike Malone, are you going to ever see these type of coaches on the market all at the same time? And then you ain't even talking about, your Sam Cassells and other people you might want to pull from up and comers. I forget the guy's name in Miami that people talk about a lot. And anybody else off that Boston tree, because they got to have some good coaches over there to be winning the way they winning. And then you can start looking at the OKC Thunder. Some of their people are probably due for to move up the ladder with the success that they've been having. So I don't think you're going to have a better time, to find a coach. You might have to wait 3-4 more years before you have a window like this, if you ever find a window like this, to find a seasoned coach or a young up-and-coming coach, all available at the same time. And it's kind of like you could take your shot at everybody and, see what you land, because obviously as long as I've been watching the Pels and the Hornets, it always takes multiple interviews to get a coach. You always got to put your iron in a lot of fires before you strike at something. So they would have to jump at this right now, man. They might not really have a reasonable time to jump in the future because a guy like Mike Malone or Taylor Jenkins or even a Mike Brown, I'm not the highest on him. Those guys lead to winning. At least you're going to be a perennial team in the playoffs traditionally with coaches like that. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, crazy work, man. To be honest with you, and this is an article right here from Yahoo Sports saying Nets Jordy Fernandez, who's the head coach there, and Pels Willie Green react to Mike Malone's fire.
Willie Green, you're next.
So Brooklyn Nets, this was prior to the matchup. Pelicans hoping to end a 2-game losing streak. Of course, that didn't happen. Willie Green kind of chimed in on that. He said the timing is tough with 3 games to go in the position they are to play for everything. Super accomplished coach, a person that means a lot to me in my career. I would not be here without him. Well, that's Ferdinand said to Malone. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. So that's what he said. So prior to Tuesday's matchup against the Pelicans, Denver fired Malone Tuesday. Blah, blah, blah.
What Willie said?
Let me see me go down to Willie because it's probably way down here somewhere because nobody gives a damn.
This is some bullshit.
All right, here go Willie right here. Yeah, it does. He says Willie Green gave his take on Malone and what the firing means for the NBA coaching profession. Yes, it does. I'm appreciative, but at the same time, it's a very weird landscape for coaching in the NBA, in my opinion, Green explained. All the guys that you mentioned, including Mike Malone, they've won. They've won at a high level, which he hadn't done. You try to do what you can and try to help the team the best way you can from your position, but it definitely leaves some questions.
Oh, you got to get the fuck out of here. He used words like try and do what you can. Man.
That's good.
You ain't never winning nothing, bro. We're talking like that. You ain't going to never win nothing. Perennial loser, man. Willie Green, if he wasn't a perennial loser before we got him, he's definitely a perennial loser now. Him to say that just show you where his mind is, man.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't see what happened there. If they feel like they can take it from there and getting rid of Coach Malone. But all I could tell you is if you're ready to move on and get an established credentialed coach with a NBA championship attached to his name, this is the time to grab him. I mean, I would. He's a respected coach, and and like it was Taylor Jenkins originally was the top coach being sought after. You mentioned some coaches. I have to say it's Mike Malone at the top of the food chain right now in terms of coaches, and of course, like you said,
Taylor Jenkins and Mike Malone.
Yeah, and then whoever else is cut loose, like you said, and there's always going to be a top assistant that might end up getting a job. Like you mentioned, Sam Cassell. Is this finally the year which somebody look at him and whomever else? So. We just have to kind of wait and see, but it definitely, in my opinion, DC, it definitely puts a lot of pressure on the Pelicans to kind of push him to a side. We've seen enough of Willie Green. We really have. You can't sit up here and keep using injuries. And people telling me in the comment section, hey, Q, what could a coach do with this team and all this kind of stuff? It's just people say people just still stuck programmed with the injury thing. But that's not their fault. That's just what the media is done, and that's the bullshit that the team.
They don't watch the games, man. You got to critically think. Injuries are not just some of the stupidity we see from what we do out there. Is why people look at it the way they look at it. And what about when we didn't have the injuries or we had minimal injuries? It was the same idiotic strategies and thought processes. Even in the years when we were healthy, our best year. We lost all our games within 5 minutes. Like, if we didn't have a significant lead within 5 minutes, we lost. And that was last year, the best season ever and all of this. And it still was an epic failure when you look at how they performed in the playoffs. Not the fact that they lost against the OKC Thunder, but they couldn't even do anything. Anything at all. Just completely unimpressive. So, I don't know what people be looking at who keep holding on to the injury nonsense, man.
It's a program talking point that most teams use. It's a propaganda technique that they push because the injury monster can't have a discussion with you and say, hold on, now the reason why your guys are getting hurt is because your staffs are subpar. Because that's what's going to happen in professional sports. Guys are going to get hurt. How good is your health staff to minimize that? because there's things you can do to minimize injuries. You're not totally at risk of them. I can't get most people to consciously or logically wrap their minds around it that you're not totally at the mercy of the freaking injury monster.
Yeah,
I tell them that all the
it's
time.
random, right?
Yes, and I tell them the injury monster doesn't have arms. He like the wind. You can just beat up on the wind. He don't fight back. They blame everything on him. But let the injury monster grow a brain and be able to debate your ass. They'll lose every time. It'll show you that you have a coach with dumb philosophy, has not established the identity of the team, a mediocre or subpar health staff that needs to be improved upon. And it's the type of stuff you look at. Even when they had healthy players, they were still breaking down because of bad coaching. Willie Green is not a good coach. He's not progressing where you want him. And when you see a Taylor Jenkins, DC, or you see a Mike Malone out there, you throw this assistant coach to the wind, and you get an established coach with a resume and respect to take the teams to the next level. Now, listen, if David Griffin doesn't do this, this is going to put all kind of pressure on his ass. Because if he doesn't fire Willie Green this year, they come back next year and lose. That's going to push him on the pot. He got to go. We can't keep waiting every year for the team to win. They've been using excuses for the injury excuse for the last 4+ years. So, I mean, get out of here with that bull crap, man. But this is an article right here from USA Today. NBA coaches on the hot seat who could be in trouble after the Nuggets fire Malone. That's big. He won the championship just 2 years ago. The Grizzlies fired Coach Taylor Jenkins with just more than 2 weeks left in the regular season. Denver Nuggets dismissed head coach Mike Malone with just 3 games remaining. Consider this. Coaches who won NBA championships in 2019, Nick Nurse, then with the Raptors, 2020, Frank Vogel, then with the Lakers, 2021, Mike Budenholzer, then with the Bucks, and then 2023, Malone are no longer with the team. That is astounding. That is a pattern, DC. Let me run that back. These coaches got fired, bro. Listen, coaches, consider this. The coaches who won championships, 2019, Nick Nurse with the Raptors, 2020, Frank Vogel with the Lakers, 2021, Mike Budenholzer with the Bucks, 2023, Mike Malone are no longer with their teams. It seems unlikely another coach will be fired before the regular season ends, but who knows? Regardless, there's still a possibility other coaches won't return to the same team next season. Don't forget that the Kings have an interim coach and will be looking for a permanent hire. Let's look at other coaches who are on the hot seat. Number 1 on the list is the nosy one, Willie Green. The Pelicans have been derailed by injuries. That's not Green's fault. He made the Pelicans. What? It's not his fault, DC. He had a handshake agreement with the injury monster, and the injury monster backstabbed him. He made the Pelicans a better team, going 36-46 and 21-22, 42-40 and 22-23, 49-33 last season. But this season, they're 21-57 or 21-58 now, with the fourth worst record in the league. Green's future also depends on the future hire of the front office led by David Griffin. If Griffin doesn't return, a new head coach of basketball operations likely would select a new coach. So we all know he's thinking like, this guy writing this article is unaware of the fact that they signed, guess what? A secret contract. So yeah, that's definitely, he's not Jeff Ziegler or whatever his name is. He's unaware of the fact that yes, they did. David Griffin signed secret agreements with both him, Willie, and Trajan Langdon before Trajan took the VP job with the Detroit Pistons. And ultimately, 6 months later, he allowed it to leak after the last regular season game. The following day, they let it leak for 1 day, did not allow reporters to follow up questions for it. And that lets you know that he had signed an agreement. We don't know how long the contract is, but at the end of the day, I find it incredibly difficult with everything is that you're going to sell the Pelicans on the fact that injuries was the sole reason why you failed. When we sit up here and watched a lot of bad coaching and non-motivated coaching, strategic coaching, and say, okay, things will be better next season. David Griffin has been here going on 7 years. DC he has 2 playoff appearances or some crap like that. So I mean, in the end, man, that's not what we signed up for with David Griffin. He talks a lot, he bull craps a lot, and he chose a poor hire in Willie Green. Willie's been here for 4 years. 49 wins was good last year, but we thinking we can do better. This is the NBA. It's not the back in the day NBA where guys can just have these coaches sit up here. It's all true competitive NBA. We have a very talented team. We need a coach that can establish an identity and respect for the team to play behind. All this other stuff with Willie Green, with him not being able to make adjustments and dial up plays and calling timeouts at weird times and throwing out these stupid ass lineups that dumbfound people. The team is hot. He brings out the shooters and put in defensive players with no skill application. All this is what Willie Green does when people sit up here talk about what could he do. So I mean, this is
he could have played Antonio, my man Antonio Reeves and Carlo Makovich earlier in the year. That probably would have helped.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Well, DC, based on this, and we're gonna leave out on that. What's your final thoughts on this article right here about Willie Green and pushing past him and go to the next coach?
I don't know what the hell they talking about. I get it, talking about him on the hot seat and all that. But all the injuries not his fault. I don't want to hear anything about what's not his fault. You had Dyson Daniels, who's over there. What? People calling him a defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Najee Marshall, who goes to Dallas and basically filling in as a starter, doing a damn good job, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brandon Ingram on his team. Zion and Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado. And when you had all those guys, you ain't used them correctly. Then you get DeJounte, you get Brandon Ingram, you get Zion. We never see them play together. And when they either or was on the court, you're still trying to figure all that out. You don't know what you're doing. You have this thing where you hate to play rookies, even if they're more than capable of actually producing. He holds rookies out till the end of their first season for some reason, because he wants them to be good human beings, I guess. I don't know. You got to get the feel of the NBA, everything's moving fast, or whatever. Willie Green is always proud of everybody. No matter what the team do, he proud. They probably cuss him out behind his back, and he's just so proud of guys. Just no backbone, man. No direction. No leadership. We lack leadership because our coach isn't a leader. He's more like a placeholder. And I think it's time to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. You moved on from Stan Van Gundy, and Willie Green was a horrible choice to move forward. What if we had a competent coach? Would they have been able to get more out of Brandon Ingram? And we probably could have talked him down because he left over $3 or $4 million apart they were. Would that coach have been able to get more out of this Pelicans team in Willie's 4 years he's been here? And I say other than that first year, because the first year, I'm like, okay, he was dealt a bad hand. The beginning of the first year, it was rough. They wasted picks on Devontae. What's his last name, man? Javonte, and you got Devontae
Graham.
They messed that up. That was a failure. Everybody got hurt in the beginning of the season. So it's like, okay, that first year, and then he went and got them to play in the Suns and compete in playoffs. That first year, I think no matter who the coach was, they wasn't going to do much better than that. But everything after that, you take Willie Green out and you put probably 28, man. 28 coaches. Any other out of these 28 coaches up there, and everybody had a better result than him. And it might be 31. Like I'm really no, I'm getting confused with football right now, to be honest.
How about try to tell you these? I'm like, what are you talking about? bro?
Right. So it ain't even 20, it's 27, right? So any other coach, man, active, and a lot of inactive coaches would have been able to do more with the Pelicans than what we've had with Willie Green. You heard Brandon Ingram say it, and he said it in a very respectful way, but it's absolutely true. So, we've been winning on talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a strategy. The man been here 4 years, don't have an identity. Finally realized he could play Zion, at the small forward and at the guard positions, play around with that. It took 4 years to do this. In his defense, a little bit, Zion was hurt a lot. But, I mean, you had him all last year. And you told him he needed to take a back seat because Brandon Ingram is better, I guess. So it's just been a failure of epic proportions. The Pels should not be in the position they are where we're getting a top pick, but nonetheless, maybe, that's the silver lining in all of this. But we shouldn't be in this position, man, with all that this team has had and how long they've been building all of this and all the draft picks we had, which all of that ain't on Willie Green. So I will say David Griffin a lot of times didn't do him the best in getting players that what players actually fit his system? What system does he even really have? But nonetheless, David Griffin ain't do the best in getting top quality talent all the time and utilizing our draft picks successfully. But I think he supplied Willie with more than enough to be able to produce at a higher level than what he's done. And when you put him in what he's been able to accomplish, which is very little, next to all of these other coaches that's got released, it's like, why are you still here after why you even got the extension? You know what I'm saying? Like it's very, very mind-boggling, man.
You see, that's bad decision making by the administrator, David Griffin. That's him doing that because he wasn't supposed to give Willie Green the contract that early. The idea was for him to coach for it, and based on how he did at the end of the season, then you evaluate the team and give him the option. That idiot gave him the contract in November, and we still had months to go. So now you loop in, and he's so stupid. He really believes that Willie Green is the right coach for this. When you see Taylor Jenkins,
I don't think he believed it.
I think he's that stupid, DC. I think he really is.
I don't think he that dumb, Q. I don't think he believe that at all.
How you gonna stand back under the Willie Green? Explain that one to me. How that makes sense? Unless he was trying to save money, DC. Come on.
He's definitely trying to save money.
Right.
But I don't think he that stupid to look at Willie Green now and still see it. I think he pulled the trigger too soon. And then when he made one of his several thousand mistakes, and he wanted to erase it, they told him no. You're blowing through money.
Who told him no?
Miss Benson or whoever in control of that money up there. Because you just got stand. First, we told you, we should let Alvin Gentry go. They probably had that conversation. And he's like, I think we can make it work. He can be our transitional coach. Miss Benson, he is a nice man. And they kept Alvin Gentry, right? So then you fire him. So that's your first coach. You get Stan Van Gundy. And because Brandon Ingram didn't like him, you fire him and you let Brandon Ingram pick the next coach, right? You get rumblings of Brandon Ingram not wanting to be here or not wanting the contract. You don't trade him. His coach sinks through the goddamn floor in the playoffs. Tells Brandon Ingram he got to figure it out because he can't strategize. And you can't tell me he didn't want to fire Willie Green before this season. I'm more than sure he did. I'm more than sure he wanted to fire Willie Green after watching playoffs. You cannot be an NBA GM. You don't even have to be a good one. If you just watch what happened in the Thunder playoffs. How do you see that and not want to get rid of your coach?
I just
All the way down to what he was saying at the podium and everything.
DC, I just think the man is major league delusional, bro.
Oh, he's definitely delusional. I'm just saying he wanted to get rid of Willie Green before the season, but his hands were tied. He didn't. You didn't got him the contract, the secret contract. We still don't know how many years or money it is.
We don't.
And he want to cut ties and all this, and they told him no. NBA contracts are guaranteed. No, you gonna make it work.
Who told him no?
The administrators from probably Dennis Lauscher. He looked like the numbers. We was crunching the numbers. This isn't gonna work.
I just don't.
Benson's gonna fuss at me. So it don't make sense to keep him. Q. Everybody can see the writing on the wall.
I just don't try.
You watch DeJounte Murray show him up. He just got here in his first press conference. Made Willie look stupid.
He did.
Come on, man.
It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be hard.
The writing been on the wall, man. You go what 27-0 in games that are decided in under 5 minutes.
0-27.
That is a reflection on coaching, man. The 50 wins is a reflection on talent. So it ain't hard to see. I think David Griffin saw it. What I say, 27? Yeah, that's right. My bad. Big Q, y'all right. 0-27. See, we damn sure wasn't 27-0. We'll have one of the best coaches in the NBA if he was 27-0. But you see all of that, man. You know it's time for Willie to go.
I'm ready for both of them.
Everybody been new. This is 2 years in the making, Q.
I'm ready for both of them to go, DC. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm ready for Griffin to go. He can go, and he can take this Willie Green guy with him.
He can, but we ain't smart enough to do what Denver just did.
They cleaned house with both of them, bro. That's to me was phenomenal. They cleaned house with the GM. The GM couldn't get it along with the coach they both just won the championship 2 years ago. And the owner put them both in the street and say, hey man, we'll start all over again. And this is a team that's right now competing. Where are they at in the NBA standings? They're fourth, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The people they damn near got 50 wins, bro.
They're 47-32. They're in fourth place in the Western Conference playoff standings. They are what, a game and a half behind the Lakers for the third spot. So I mean, and then the crazy part about it, DC, Taylor Jenkins, Memphis Grizzly Club is at fifth spot. So these are two coaches both gone that got their teams that were coaching at high levels. And we got Willie Green here, proud of everybody after losses and wins. I just don't understand. I want both of these guys to be gone, to be honest. I just don't think they do it.
If you could get all the praise for losing, what incentive is there to win? You're going to be all this praise for losing.
I just want Willie to take his big nose ass up out of here, man. Take Griffin with him, man. Just please, just go. Let's get some respectability in basketball in New Orleans, man. We got people down here who dedicated to the team that deserve a winning product. We have Zion here in the best shape of his career. We'll get a solid.
That's the key right there, man.
That's the key.
Nobody knows.
You see Trey Murphy. You got a Trey Murphy that's realized. You got Ultra Instinct Trey Murphy here. You got DeJounte that'll be coming back healthy at some point next year. You'll have a good cast of reserves that's there. You got Eves off a solid campaign. You'll have Kelly for a full year. You'll have CJ on a possible. We'll be able to get from up on the CJ in the trade by the trade deadline, February of 2026. So in the end, man, I just think that the next year could really be a big year if the Pelicans do it the right way. If they can just get rid of Willie Green, get one of these coaches. It's very simple. You got two really good coaches at the top of the food chain right now. Any one of those guys, I would really appreciate them getting. And also, if the Pelicans can fire David Griffin and fire Willie Green and just grab just do it all over again, grab a assistant vice president or whatever, DC, or assistant or a general manager from the OKC Thunder or the the flipping Boston Celtics and make them the new VP and hire Taylor Jenkins or Mike Malone, that sets the team straight. We get respectability. We get an identity here. I mean, it's not hard. I can't say that they're smart enough to do both. They being David Griffin, he's the one. So I don't think Lauscher fires David Griffin, even though seeing how these teams get down, you can obviously see there's different standards here. Denver, Memphis, they have different standards than this bum ass stuff that the Pelicans are doing, and this foolish basketball called nice human being, foolish rhetoric, soft ass bullshit that this guy got running on down here. I'm just sick of these people, man. But I don't think they're intelligent enough to get rid of both. I can only say they'll do one. It'll be perfect if they got rid of both of them, but I can, like Denver did with their people, but I just don't see that.
That ain't happening, brother.
That ain't happening. I agree with you.
Zion,
so anyway, last
Zion is the defining factor. That's really all I got to say. He is the ultimate decision maker on this. If the Pelicans or that the light bits have any type of cognitive ability, you're gonna build around Zion and you're gonna go with a coach that obviously fits Zion or has a strategy or a plan for him. And Big Z should be sold in on it, man. That's why we at with it. And I think if they do that, Mike Malone would be probably the best coach. I mean, he's the only one up there that's had a player you could kind of put. I can't put him on Joker level yet, but you get what I'm saying. Zion's potential could possibly be somewhere up there with Joker.
Stardom level, yes.
Right. So it's like he obviously knows how to make that work. He won a championship with him. So
right.
Mike Malone, if everything happened today, he would be the best guy. Your next best option will obviously be Taylor Jenkins. Because what he's able to do with what he has. No matter who's out there, Taylor Jenkins is gonna find a way to make his team churn out some wins, man, some type of way.
Right. I agree, bro.
That's your two top options. And I would go hard at those two people and let Zion be a part of that process, as well as Trey Murphy. Don't do the Brandon Ingram thing, just where you let him pick the coach outright. I don't know if that's what they did with Willie Green. Kind of seemed like it, but I would definitely go with those two and lean towards the one that my players are brought into the best. Which I think it'd probably be Mike Malone. He got personality and everything too.
I think he clashes with David Griffin, to be honest with you.
We not covering the Zion baby mama drama news stuff.
DC, if you want to, I was kind of about to sidebar that thing, but hey, man.
We
gotta
mention it at least.
Right. Well, let's get it up on screen, man. And we talked about this. You sent me the link about it, and if people don't know, man, they probably heard of it.
I thought that was crazy, man. This becoming a theme for Zion, man. What he be doing?
Well, we definitely know Zion has a type. We definitely know that. So here we go. Here's he definitely has a type, DC. Here we go.
Star Zion Williamson as a woman accused of stalking and beating another woman linked to him romantically.
God damn.
Appearance today. Akima Love's bond was set at $50,000, and she was issued a stay-away order from that woman. Kenner police say the whole thing started back in March when they say Love egged the woman's house and then threatened her on social media. Police say Monday, Love, who had just given birth weeks ago, entered the victim's house, grabbed her hair, hit her with keys, leaving just cuts all over her face and her arms with her fingernails torn off, according to investigators. Police say that Love then ran away and, according to them, was arrested on Royal Palm Drive.
Say
what?
what?
Her attorney today, who had no comment about the whole ordeal.
Did she think she was gonna get away with this?
My God, man, Zion definitely has a type, man, and wow, that's crazy. And it's saying Royal Palm.
They say them crazy girls got the best, stuff, Q.
Well, DC,
That's what
this,
they say, bro.
well, DC is a family show.
I'm just saying, bro.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Talk, boy.
All right.
Bro, I'm out, man.
I'm talking about Z Tight, man. He like him a little crazy, bro.
What more do you want from me?
Man, Lord, it's either they crazy like
That is
Zion make them crazy.
psychotic.
What's
I
going
don't know
on,
what Zion got going on,
What's
man.
going on?
They going
He
crazy.
got Mariah Mills, bro. This lady that she done been with everybody. But Zion, you know what I'm saying? After she was with Zion, bro, she just couldn't take it no more, bro.
Oh my goodness.
This went
man.
completely batshit crazy. And
Bro.
she running around looking like a inflatable balloon now.
Oh my goodness.
Bro.
Yeah, goodness gracious, man.
Bro, I don't know what he be doing, bro. Z, bro, you need to chill out, dog.
Chill out.
It's crazy, bro. Like, now this one, you know, Mariah, like, she wasn't gonna get violent. Oh, girl get violent, bro. You be happy she ain't had a knife or something, man.
Old girl snatched the girl fingernails off and every damn thing and run. And this is the this.
Man,
This
you
is
can't be messing with the New Orleans women like that.
but look at the mugshot.
dog.
She don't look very sorry, DC, for what she did. She don't look very sorry at all, brother. I'm just gonna be honest with you. This mugshot does not infer that she's.
I think she felt like she got her money.
Yeah, she did. Royal Palm Drive. That's over there. I want to say that's in Gabriel.
That's by the treasure chest, huh?
That's in Gabriel. That's the I think that's the country club over that way. Instead, Gabriel.
Yeah, right by treasure chest, man. Not far from treasure chest.
Yeah, Royal Palm. That's in Gabriel. That ritzy. But yeah, I don't know, man. That is insane. Akima Love is not showing Zion and this girl no love. She's showing the exact opposite. This mugshot is very very interesting.
Well, I'm glad she wasn't successful in breaking up a happy home, though.
DC, but she got us her money work, like he said, man. So
and Zion girl could fight too. You know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I bet, bro.
Boy,
that was
Akima ain't no joke, boy. She ran up in the house.
Ran up in the house. They said.
And Q, they said she just had a baby.
Yeah. Well. Said they said that she said that let's see, police said that Love entered the victim's house, grabbed her by the hair, and hit her with keys. Police report the victim had lacerations on her face and fingernails were torn off.
God damn!
It fled the scene.
Fingernails.
Pulled it up, got everything. Everything was off. DC pulled fingernails, hair, every damn thing was off. I'll tell you something. Said that she was arrested on Royal Palm Drive and see there it is, the Gabriel Development. That's that country club he lives in over there. Gated community in Kidder, known for its luxury homes with views of Lake Pontchartrain.
My Zion gotta move, man. Yeah, Manny Fresh. I seen him over there before.
Yeah, that's where they used to live at over there too. So yeah, this is interesting, man. At the same time, she didn't get very far, DC, because Royal Palm is right in there. Yeah, so they was right up on as soon as it happened. So there you go. All right, so yeah, that's pretty. And by the way, I looked up this woman. DC, this woman looks nothing like her mugshot indicates, brother.
Oh, come on, man. You know that makeup is wild, bro. Go ahead and put a picture up there, Q. Let us see what transformed right quick.
Well, you don't look nothing, bro. Like with the image.
We looking at her now. We like, man, what were you thinking, Zion? Show the pictures that got homie, man. See, that what got her caught right there. Look at that.
That what got her right
like
there.
A totally different person.
This is different. Everything different. I don't know what's going on here. I told my girl, this is witchcraft going on here. How she turned into, I don't know what's going on here. Turned in from this to this. What the hell is going on?
What? That is completely psychotic.
I'm telling y'all,
man.
Man,
Catfishing when it's in person, Slim South.
My goodness, man. These are two
she
different.
look like that in person.
That's her sister. That's obviously. This is not the same woman. Obviously, that's probably why Zion was upset. Because this female is not the same one. You're not the lady that I knew. Who the hell are you? That's pretty much what's going on.
That's I'm gonna get your sucker right there.
This lady showed up here. This lady looked like she smoked cigarettes and every damn thing. I don't know what's going on here.
She doing a little more than cigarettes.
Yeah, oh my goodness, man. But anyway, man, DC brought us here, man. We had to cover the story, man. DC wanted to make mention. Y'all tell me,
news, man.
Y'all tell me what? Y'all tell me.
Oh, Q, she a content creator, Q.
She a what kind of content she making, bro?
You know what kind of content she making.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She's also a real estate agent, DC. Okay.
She wears many hats.
Oh yeah, she wears. We're gonna just leave that there.
Wait, hold up, you can't. That's our best title. How you gonna leave out? She's a mom. You know.
I was trying to spell the child.
A little more respectable, bro.
Well, this is where obviously she showed up. See, authorized personnel only, and she was there, and that's probably what Zion kind of met her at right there. But this woman is not the same woman.
That's the night she got him right there. I can see how he fell for that. She looked nice right there.
Yeah, but see, this is not the same lady. This is her older sister, I want to say, man. But these are not the same people, obviously. So you guys out there.
That's her older sister.
This is her older sister that smokes cigarettes, drives a 10-year-old car. Man.
How the hell she got back there in the Royal Palms, man? Don't they check at the gate?
You see, they let you up in there, brother. I've been back there several times, man. You know,
they gotta beef up security, man. Or Zion gotta move.
He better move, DC, because he gonna need smell back there, bro. They gotta beef up. Well, just because of her, they gonna definitely beef up security, because it's a lot of really wealthy people that live in that community. That's a black eye for Zion Williamson. Back there. Zion should just move to Sanctuary. That's where he should have took his ass to Sanctuary.
For real, hey, Knoxville, and I was thinking the same thing, man. You read my mind. I was like, damn, she got them crazy eyes.
Hey, man, look at that. She's smart.
One eye look different than the others, bro. It's like crazy eyes, bro.
This the girl mugshot picture, man. This is her mugshot, and she's smiling in the mugshot. She's not looking for retribution here. She's totally happy with this picture right here. So I
think you should be forced to get driver's license pictures without makeup or something. How the hell?
Come on.
Or let's say moderate makeup. You know, I don't want to do that to all the women. That ain't fair. But like, bro, this looks like
that's not the same lady, man. That's not the same lady. That's not the same lady as this.
What the?
That's not the same lady.
I wouldn't even thought she had makeup on. What is going on?
I don't know, man. This is not the same lady,
bro.
It's not the same, bro.
It's got to be a psyop.
For all dumb men out there, they're in trouble, man, because this is going down in a major way. But you're on a plane going to nowhere, fam. You got to know your stuff, man. Jeez, Louise. My women in the chat know that. My ladies in the chat know what time. They know that.
I mean, you see Akina Love right here, man. Like, to me, this looks
Akima
like
no love, DC.
Exactly, bro. This look like that work right here. Like, yeah, she you need to stay the hell away from you. You can see it right there in the mug shot, but when you look at the other one, you're like, oh, that's a nice young lady.
I think Design's girl got in that and got in that left eye right there, DC. That's why I think that eye.
Oh, that's why it's droopy.
Yeah, I think she got caught.
Yeah, you know, Zion girl, she got some hell of a lefts and rights.
Yeah, that Zion woman can fight, man. So I think
she don't play that.
Yeah, and
she's not a transformer either. She's a nice looking lady.
Nah, she's a nice looking lady here, but I don't understand. My problem is I don't recognize these people. I don't know who this is and who this is. These two different people.
Well, this when she going, you know, like rob and running people's house. That's when she content creating right there. And then the other picture is when she a real estate agent.
Okay.
She got a different look for all three. See, there's three different people, three different goals there.
Okay.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they caught her and put her on. See, all she had to do was put her makeup on. She wouldn't have got caught.
Okay, that's enough. DC. We gotta get out of here, brother. You feeling this one here, brother. But anyway, let me get ready to.
I'm just trying to protect Zion, but I think this is unfair. Oh. I see why he left.
It's a rough looking character here. I don't, this woman look like she look like she know karate, brother. I'm just saying. And then she got a razor in her
She
back.
know crazy.
That's exactly right, brother. She hurt you, brother.
She look like she keep knives and all that. That you can see. I know these type of people when I see them. But the makeup something else, man. The makeup something else, Q.
You show up at somebody's house and start beating on their girl, go up in the house and start. Something happened. Zion did something he wasn't supposed to do. We know he got a type. We know Zion running out here doing stuff when he should have been training and doing all that kind of stuff.
Well,
he's doing better now. So
she found out. She found she had that baby. And she found out that ain't Zion baby. They've been going back and forth this year, and they did the blood test. That ain't his baby. I'm done with you.
Come on, DC. That's not Zion's baby, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The baby she done had, that probably ain't Zion baby. I'm done with you. Stop calling me. I'm gonna run up in your house.
You gonna give me some of that money,
right?
Oh my goodness, that's what's going on nowadays.
And the smile is from a person who tried to do everything they could in their power, bro.
She's smirking right here, man. I ain't gonna.
She got our money's worth, and she probably feel like Zion gonna get in all type of trouble for it. Yeah, they know where he stay. Yeah.
That's how she sounds. Oh my goodness.
She sound like she smoked 10 packs of cigarettes. Yeah.
Oh no, man.
They know where you stay. Yeah.
I would have to hope sorry, I know better.
That's a rough chick, boy.
Oh, she is a rough lady. I gotta give her that, bro. That's a rough lady right there. All right, so anyway, man, we're gonna get ready to get out of here, man. We Pelicans lose tonight, but hey, man, at least y'all had some fun on tonight's broadcast. We have 3 more games remaining, man. We'll be back on Thursday, or back-to-back games Thursday and Friday for the Pelicans, which will have the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday. Friday will be the Miami Heat game. We'll open up the phone lines then, and of course, Sunday will be the season finale at home games, with the Heat on Friday and the Thunder on 2:30. I think it's 2:30 on Sunday will be the season finale. So we'll finish out the season. With those 3 games this week. So with that being said, y'all do us a service, man. If you like the broadcast, hit the like button. Hit the
Marley, why she keep lighter fluid in her car, Marley?
Burn up some shit. You already know.
Waiting to exhale, right?
And baby all too on the floor of you, bro. Come on up here. You're falling every damn well. So anyway, man, listen, y'all hit the like button. That's right. She's seen all the movies. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're not a sub up the PPR, man, representing the flock and nation. They losing, but at least we kicking out great content for y'all to enjoy. And listen, man, share that thing, man. We're gonna holler at y'all on the next one. Much love and go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That Too.